Good morning. Happy Sunday. Are we excited? And look, I made something yesterday. Can I turn this around? I don't know. I guess maybe I can't. I haven't learned how to do that yet, I guess. Telling ya. This old lady, still learning new tricks. Technology. So, a few things from yesterday that I heard, because I didn't get on yesterday, and then today it's a whole different thing. But the big one from yesterday was your shadow work is a core value of healing yourself. Okay? So for those of you who think that just showing the world all the good stuff and none of the bad stuff you ever go through or any of that, that's not showing the world the real you. You're giving the world bits and pieces. And I'm going to use this, and it just popped in my head as an example, regardless of where the J-Lo and Ben thing, whatever. It's really none of our business. But what I will say, Jennifer put it all out there. And yes, she probably shared some stuff she shouldn't have. But that's on her. And at the end of the day, what I loved about it is she put the rawness of how hard it's been for her in her love life. And she made the one mistake, and I will say that, is she went back to somebody that she had already moved on from. Don't do that to yourself. Do not revisit things like that unless you know you both have forgiven each other for everything and none of that gets brought up again and you start from new and move forward. And I don't think that happened because there were like 20 years in between. So I guess what my point is with that is you have to be accountable for your shadow side and the things that you know that you do that sabotage yourself and sometimes others. So be very aware of that because it's a very big part of the healing. And like I said, probably a few videos ago, it goes up and down. It's not a linear line. And then all of a sudden you're at the top and yay, whoo, we're good. That's not life. And for those of you who think earth and earthly living and why you're here and all the stuff is black and white, well, guess what? All the gray is coming bubbling up from the surface. But the other thing I heard a lot yesterday, my head was just blah. Thank God I know I'm not crazy, even though people think I am, is with this new AI stuff. And it's very new for a lot of us for the last year. But Anya, she's a fellow reader out there on YouTube, and she made a very good point. We are the parents of AI. So you get to choose how you want to use it. Are you using it for good or are you using it for bad? Like with anything, there's a choice behind that, okay? And then the 3 S's. Every day you should be sweating in the sunlight and sitting in silence. I'll say it again. You should be sweating, sitting in sunlight, and see, I almost forgot the third one. Sitting in silence. And that last one is the most important. I do it every day because it's where I get most of my downloads and connect to divine and, have my conversations with them. And I've been talking to myself my entire life. But this is what I heard this morning. A burst of magic is about to happen for all the dedication. Your life is about to change drastically in the next week. Use your discernment. Some of you have some big things coming. And I think a lot of you, this is going to be a big surprise. I don't think this is something that you planned on. I don't think that this is something that, is in your playbook. I think this is something that's coming from spirit out of left field. I think this is something that you're going to be like, holy shit, what's going on? And when I look at the cards that I pulled today, those of you on here who have a very special bond with animals and children, And I know I do. I have my entire life. And I use this example again. When I was married to my second husband, anytime there was like a baby between the newborn to, say, 2 years old, I would be over with that child, talking to the parent, whatnot. And a lot of the time, that child was, not doing well. And I would just, parents who had been parents for a long time would just, here. Other parents would be like, what's this crazy lady? But for whatever reason, when children are around me, they are calmer. And I have taken many a screaming baby and calmed them and gave them back. But that just goes to show you have that capability of bringing out certain things in people that they may not like, but then you also have that ability to teach them and calm them and show them that, you know what? There are easier ways to do these things. There are better choices you can make. And generally, I mean, for me, what would happen when I was in a place where I couldn't figure out what I needed to do, I would self-sabotage myself. And I would get into this place of just doubting myself ridiculously. And, I would always worry about what everybody else was going to think or say versus what I thought. And that's where the true power lies, because you have a very big, powerful move coming in for yourself. You're going to be on top of the world, and it's something you've been working for a very long time. But how it comes to you, you're not going to expect. It's going to be, of course, divine's way of saying, ha, you thought you knew. Which we never truly do. We think we do. And then they, throw something in there and you kind of go, wow, okay. They're definitely the ones who are, charting the seas for us. And, again, there's great achievements with this. It could be a great love with this. But you've been playing it safe for a while, which I have too. I haven't jumped into a relationship of any kind. Even friendships have been very, arm's length for me. Because I'm trying to discern, between who's going to go on this journey with me. Because I've got some big things coming and I know that. And I'm good with it. But my question to you is, who in your inner circle do you trust? Who in your inner circle do you know you can go to and then it's not going to be told to the next person? They're confident. This person that's coming in for you is going to be that person for you. This great achievement, something that's going to be wrapped in a bow for you because you've been working so good for it and so hard for it and you've had the dedication. I challenge you. Can you take 6 months? Say no to everything else that does not pertain to the goals that you have in your life. And if you don't have any goals, I suggest you get on it. I don't care how old you are. Most I can't even never say that word, philanthropists, doesn't flow very well for me, are people who have become very successful. Aren't the ones going out and sitting out and partying and doing all that kind of stuff. They're figuring it out. They're making a plan for themselves and then they're sticking to it. I mean, even if it fails, something good comes out of it because they learned something. And they know not to do that the next time. Never let people discourage your dreams. As stupid as they may seem to other people, they're your dreams. They're not their dreams. And that's the important part of it. What do you want to do in this life? How do you want to help? How are you going to be of service? Those are the questions you should be asking yourself. So, go and have yourself a beautiful Sunday. I love you, and I hope to see you all real soon. Take care.